get information about how the cue card questions are set in the Duolingo English exam. You will learn what are the different types of topics for the cue card questions. I will talk about the use of tenses in the cue card questions. And as usual, I have included some sample cue card questions and their answers. Let's first talk about what are the cue card questions and how they are set in the exam. The number of cue card questions in the Duolingo English test is usually 3. 2 are with written prompts and 1 is with oral prompt, which means that you will listen to a question and then you will have time to answer it. As for the response time, it is 30 seconds for reading the question and deciding how to answer, and then you have 90 seconds to speak on that topic. So what to expect for the topics of the cue card questions? The cue card questions demand observation of life in general and also life events from your own life. If you're observant of the life around you and you can talk about the simple experiences from your own life, then you can answer this question very easily. So the topics for this type of questions are mostly hobbies, activities, or interests like reading, sports, watching movie, outing, etc. Then you can be asked about incidents from your own life, like the moment when you were happy, you were sorry, you were celebrating something, or you were surprised. In short, the topics are about everyday life experiences or activities that you can answer easily from your own observation or experience. The next important thing to know about the cue card questions is the use of tenses. You need to answer the questions in the tense it is asked. For example, if the topic is describing an incident, the answer should be in the past tense. Secondly, if the topic is about your plans, like a place you want to visit, a goal you want to achieve, or your daily routine as a student or professional, you will need to answer in the present or future tense, but according to the tenses used in the prompts or cues in the question. And we will find examples of these in the upcoming slides. But mainly the answers should be in the same tense as cues. Use the language in the cue cards. And we will discuss about that later while discussing some examples. Now let's move on to our first example of this video. Duolingo cue card question number 1. Talk about an article you read online or in the newspaper that was about healthy living. Please say when you read it, what in particular it was about, what did you learn from it. As you can see, all the prompts or the cues are in the past tense. So while answering the question, you need to keep in mind that you need to answer in the past tense. So let's see the example answer for this. You will notice that wherever I have recorded my own observations or my opinion about the article, I have used the past tense and I have highlighted those sentences in brown. Also, I have answered according to the sequence of the prompts. Now let's read the answer. I read the article on healthy living about a couple of months ago. It was an online article on the website healthline.com. It was particularly about the benefits of walking as an exercise. There was a lot of interesting information about how a daily walk can reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke by increasing cardiovascular fitness. Additionally, it can manage conditions like diabetes, blood pressure, and high cholesterol. And the article also highlighted the fact that walk is the easiest exercise, which improves bone strength and balance of the body. It is also an ideal activity for people who want to shed some body weight. The best part of the article was when the writer talks about how a 30 minutes walk every day can boost your health in multiple ways. I learned a lot of interesting facts about walking in this article. The fact that walking can not only improve your mood but also boost your immune function and extend your life was the best thing to know from this article. Finally, it helped me decide that I should make a daily walk routine and never miss it. It is important to answer all the cues in a sequence and then add details to the answer. So we are not just answering the cue, we are also adding detail while answering each cue or prompt. Also, try to start each sentence differently and use connectors. For example, in this answer, I have included connectors like additionally and finally. Besides using the connectors, you should also try to use different sentence styles or structures. Now let's move on to our second example. Cue card question number 2. Describe an incident where someone apologized to you. You should say who was it, when was it, what did the person say. As it is clear from the prompts that we are required to answer in the past tense as the cues are in the past tense. So let's see how we can answer this question. Once again, I have changed the color of the text in brown in order to indicate that we are using the past tense. So let's read the answer. One of my friends apologized to me for not returning one of my books she borrowed as promised. It was many years ago when I was studying in grade 9. My friend asked me to give her my English grammar book for one day so that she could make some notes. Although she was a very honest person and could keep her promises, she suddenly missed 2 school days. I was worried about my book, but I was also worried about her, so I called her to ask if everything was okay with her. On the phone, she told me that unfortunately she fell sick with flu and had to miss school all of a sudden. She apologized for the delay in returning the book and for not being able to keep the promise. She also promised me that she will try to send me my book as early as possible because she knew I needed it for the upcoming tests. I told her to take a rest and don't worry about the book that much. But I had my book back that evening because she had it sent to me through her dad. It was one incident that my friend had to apologize to me. Cue card question number 3. Describe a city in your country that you would like to visit. Please. Cue card question number 3. Describe a city in your country that you would like to visit. Please say what and where is it? What can people do there? Why do you want to go there? As you can see, all the prompts are in the present tense. So we need to answer in the present tense. Now let's take a look at the answer. The city I would like to visit is Toronto. Toronto is a city in Ontario, Canada. The city of Toronto is a hub of cultural and historical diversity. It is also a very facilitated city and has lots of tourist attractions. I believe that people can engage in a dynamic mix of activities there. There are opportunities to visit the most beautiful parks, museums, and historical places. I would mention Royal Ontario Museum, Ontario Science Centre, the historical CN Tower, and Niagara Falls as just few places to spend time at. Apart from the wide range of historical and cultural places, people can enjoy eating in restaurants and food chains from all cultures of the world. You can say that Toronto has the most diverse food culture. Apart from so many tourist attractions, Toronto has an air of freedom and modernity. It also offers many work opportunities to the newcomers. I want to visit Toronto mainly because I want to see some friends there and also visit some places there. I think I can do so in my summer vacation. In this answer, I have used the present tense because all the prompts were in the present tense. You can also find some variety in the sentence structure as well, and we need to do this because we need to show our knowledge of different sentence structures or styles. Let's take a look at cue card question number 4. Talk about your childhood friend with whom you are still in touch today. Please say, who is he or she? How and when did you both meet? So the second cue is in the past tense, and we need to answer in the past tense, and we need to relate our experience from the past. The last cue is he or she your best friend? So there is a variety in the use of tenses in the prompts, and the answer should be according to the cues or prompts. Now let's take a look at the answer. The childhood friend I would talk about is Arisha. I am still in touch with her even now after so many years. I know her since we met in school in grade 5. She got admission to the school where I was already studying. When she came for the first day in the school, the teacher asked her to introduce herself. She told the class that she had moved from another city. Since she joined us after the school year had started, so I offered her help in her missing work. Since then, we have met every day of school. She also lived close to my house, so we used to visit each other frequently. She was a really lively and interesting person, and we spent a great time together all these years. We separated after high school since she had an interest in studying fine arts and I was more into computer sciences. That is why we got admission to different colleges but remained in touch with each other. I would say that she is one of my best friends because I can share everything with her and she always listens to me and always gives sincere advice. This is the last cue card question I have included in this video. Let's read it. Describe a time when you received money as a gift. Please say, when did you receive it? What did you do with it? How did you feel about it? Once again, all the cues are in the past tense, and let's see how we can answer it. As I remember it, I received money as a gift for the first time on my 8th birthday. It was a birthday gift for me from one of my aunts. At that time, I was planning to buy a new bicycle for myself. Although my parents promised me that they would buy me a bicycle in the upcoming summer, it looked like a long wait to me. That's why the moment I received my $100 gift, I immediately decided to fulfill my wish. The next day, I visited the market with my parents and explored different brands. The salesman told us the specifications and price range of all of them. It also took us some time to decide between different colors. Finally, I selected a purple Strider bicycle. It was a really happy moment for me. Receiving $100 felt like receiving a fortune. Getting the bicycle I wished was even more exciting. I still remember how lucky I felt. These were some of the cue card questions and their answers. As I always say, these are just examples or sample answers. You can get some insight from these answers on how to create a good answer for these speaking cue card questions. The key to create a good answer is focusing on the cues and answering accordingly, using the correct tense, using good vocabulary, and using some good sentences.